This is Kellen Spadoni, a 33-year-old resident of Harvey, Louisiana, was living an ordinary life, working as a 911 dispatcher, when she unexpectedly found herself at the center of a financial anomaly. On February 23, 2021, a routine day took an unexpected turn when Charles Schwab & Co., a reputable financial services company, mistakenly deposited a staggering $1.2 million into her brokerage account. This significant error was not the result of any deliberate action on Spadoni's part, but rather a clerical oversight during a routine transaction. The initial intent behind the transaction was straightforward. Charles Schwab intended to deposit a modest sum of $82.56 into Spadoni's account, a common occurrence in the financial world where small amounts are transferred to cover fees or balance adjustments. However, due to a glitch in the automated clearinghouse (ACH) system, which is used by financial institutions to facilitate electronic transfers, an error occurred. Instead of the intended amount, over $1 million found its way into Spadoni's account. ACH transfers are typically reliable and secure, serving as the backbone for a vast array of financial transactions across the globe. Yet, in this instance, something went awry. Despite the intricate layers of safeguards and checks that are standard in the industry, Charles Schwab's internal controls failed to catch the mistake before the funds became accessible to Spadoni. As the funds were made available in her account, Spadoni was presented with a situation few could have anticipated. The discovery of such a large sum of money in one's account, especially when it was not expected, could easily lead to a mix of emotions: confusion, excitement, and perhaps even a sense of disbelief. However, the unusual nature of the situation also brought with it a serious ethical and legal dilemma that would soon unfold. Upon discovering the unexpected windfall in her account, Kellen Spadoni made a swift decision to act. Faced with the sudden appearance of over $1 million, she quickly moved the funds to another account, perhaps thinking it was a secure way to safeguard what she might have perceived as a rare opportunity. With the money seemingly at her disposal, Spadoni began to make purchases that reflected the kind of life many dream of. Among her acquisitions were a new home and a 2021 Hyundai Genesis, items that symbolized a dramatic change in her circumstances. Rather than notifying Charles Schwab of the error, Spadoni chose a different path. Believing that the transfer was permanent and irreversible, she attempted to conceal the money and integrate it into her life. It's possible that in those initial moments, the allure of financial freedom overshadowed the weight of the ethical and legal obligations she was bound to uphold. However, Spadoni's actions crossed a clear line. According to both federal and state law, any funds mistakenly deposited into an account must be returned to their rightful owner. The money, although present in her account, did not belong to her, and keeping or using it constituted theft. This legal framework is designed to protect the integrity of financial transactions, ensuring that errors are corrected and that all parties act in good faith. Spadoni's decision to spend the money represented a serious breach of these principles, as the law makes it clear that the recipient has no legitimate claim to funds deposited in error. The consequences of such actions, as her case would soon demonstrate, are not just financial, but also legal, with significant ramifications for those who choose to ignore these obligations. Once Charles Schwab discovered the significant error, the company acted promptly, reaching out to Kellen Spadoni to inform her of the mistake and request the return of the funds. This step was a natural course of action for any financial institution faced with such a situation, aiming to correct the mistake and restore order. However, Spadoni, perhaps still caught up in the whirlwind of her newfound circumstances, chose not to comply with the request. Recognizing the seriousness of the situation, Charles Schwab had no choice but to escalate the matter. The company filed a lawsuit against Spadoni, charging her with theft, fraud, and the illegal transmission of monetary funds. In doing so, they emphasized a crucial point. Spadoni's account agreement with Schwab clearly outlined that any overpayments, regardless of the amount or circumstances, must be returned to the company. This clause, standard in most financial agreements, is designed to prevent exactly the kind of scenario that had unfolded. As the situation continued to develop, legal authorities became involved. By April 2021, Spadoni's actions led to her arrest by the Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office. The charges against her were serious, including theft of over $25,000, bank fraud, and the illegal transmission of funds. These charges reflected the gravity of taking advantage of a financial error rather than working to rectify it. Working in coordination with Charles Schwab, the sheriff's office moved to recover the misappropriated funds. Through their efforts, they were able to retrieve approximately 75% of the money, including the new car that Spadoni had purchased. This recovery process was a reminder of the legal and financial systems in place to address such situations, ensuring that errors are corrected and that those who attempt to exploit them face the consequences. The situation with Spadoni serves as a poignant example of how a moment of temptation, when left unchecked, can lead to far-reaching consequences. It underscores the importance of adhering to ethical standards, especially in financial matters, and highlights the role of the legal system in maintaining order and fairness in the face of such challenges. The legal implications of Kelyn Spadoni's case are undeniable and serve as a stark reminder of the rigorous regulations that govern financial institutions. These institutions operate under strict guidelines to ensure the proper handling of funds, and when an error of such magnitude occurs, there is a clear and immediate need for correction. Spadoni's decision to not only transfer the mistakenly deposited funds to another account, but also to spend them, was a blatant breach of her contractual agreement with Charles Schwab. More significantly, her actions crossed into the realm of criminal behavior, as the law views the unauthorized retention and use of funds that do not belong to the account holder as theft. Beyond the legal violations, this case sheds light on the ethical dilemmas individuals may encounter when faced with unexpected financial gains. When Spadoni chose to keep and utilize the funds rather than report the error, it highlighted a critical lapse in moral judgment. The sudden appearance of such wealth undoubtedly posed a powerful temptation, but her decision to succumb to that temptation led her down a path with serious legal repercussions. This scenario serves as an illustrative example of how the allure of instant wealth can cloud one's ethical compass. It emphasizes the importance of integrity and the need to adhere to both legal and moral standards, especially in situations where the line between right and wrong might seem blurred by opportunity. Spadoni's case demonstrates how a momentary lapse in judgment, driven by the appeal of financial gain, can result in long-lasting consequences, both legally and personally. It reminds us that ethical considerations should always guide our decisions, particularly when they involve the handling of money that is not rightfully ours. This incident also brings to light the critical need for robust internal controls within financial institutions. While human error is inevitable, the systems in place should be designed to catch and correct such mistakes swiftly. In this case, Charles Schwab's error was not just a matter of entering the wrong amount. It was also about the delay in identifying and rectifying the situation. This lapse serves as a cautionary tale for financial institutions everywhere, underscoring the importance of having fail-safes that can quickly detect and address such discrepancies. By doing so, they can maintain the trust and confidence of the public, which is essential to their operations. The public's reaction to Spadoni's case was varied, reflecting the complexity of the situation. Some people expressed sympathy for her, recognizing that she may have viewed the unexpected windfall as a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to improve her circumstances. It's easy to imagine how tempting it must have been to suddenly have access to such a large sum of money, especially if one is not accustomed to such financial abundance. For those who saw it this way, Spadoni's actions, while legally wrong, could be understood as a human response to an extraordinary situation. On the other hand, many emphasized the importance of integrity, particularly when it comes to handling money that does not rightfully belong to you. These individuals pointed out that, regardless of the temptation, the legal and ethical obligation is clear. The funds should have been returned to Charles Schwab as soon as the error was noticed. They argue that maintaining one's integrity, even in the face of potential financial gain, is paramount, and that the law is in place to protect against the misuse of such opportunities. In the end, this case is a reminder of the delicate balance between opportunity and responsibility. It highlights how quickly a seemingly positive turn of events can lead to significant legal and ethical consequences if not handled with care. For financial institutions, it's a call to strengthen their safeguards. For individuals, it's a lesson in the importance of integrity and the potential costs of straying from it. What do you think about this story? Leave a comment below this video. Thanks for watching.